Well, it's been 2 years ago last month that we did the very first Flowish swap in our group. When I did it the first time, I thought it was going to be just a one-time thing. I thought it would be a fun way to exchange our treasured little trashy goodies in some kind of a format that was kind of fun. And so those of you that have been with me for a while, you know that it is taken after the flow book. And basically we put together items that can be repurposed and used in our journals. And it's more of a supply journal as opposed to a workable writing journal. So when I very first made the instructions, I have a bad habit of using terminology that may not be clear to everyone. It's clear in my head, but it doesn't mean it's clear to everybody, and I understand that. So there's been some question about how many pages go in them, how big is it supposed to be. Well, my mistake was that I referred to it as 30 pages. When in reality I should have referred to it as 30 sheets of whatever it is you're putting in there. And that was my mistake, and I apologize. So this video is to clarify once and for all. It's going to be the go-to video when someone asks, how do you make a Flowish journal? Send them to this video. Because, at least for in our group, I know different groups are doing them. They're doing them on Instagram. They're doing them on YouTube. You know, they're exchanging them all over the place. But for the purpose of our group, this is the way my first intention was, and it's still the way that we do them here. All right. So it just happened that I was making a Western themed one, because every once in a while I put them up in my Etsy shop. And I was doing a Western themed one. So I will show you the beginnings of this. When I sell them, you know, I put a lot more stuff. But for the purpose of showing our group how we do our swaps, I thought this was a good place to start. All right. So as you know, these are supposed to be easy to get in and out because they're going to be used by our swap partner. And when I say 30, I should never have said 30 pages because in reality it's not 30 pages, it's the 30 sheets of whatever it is you are choosing to put in there. Whether you're going to be using things from magazines or like here I have some map, a folder, you know, whatever it is you're going to be using, wallpaper, scrapbook paper, whatever, you are going to have 30 sheets before it's even folded. To make that clear again, when it's open flat, there are going to be 30 sheets. And that's the minimum, because you know, all of us, we cannot do the minimum. So here right now, I think I counted, I had like 34 sheets of different pages and from calendars and books and, you know, magazines and different things. All right. Okay. So that is the required amount is the 30 sheets. And then most people after that, they might put a few other things. It's not required, but that's what always ends up happening. Like here I have, it's a brochure, and I have other little things here with, you know, sort of a Southwest flair to it. And I also have, that I'm putting in here, is I found some bookmarks that I had in my stash, and they all have a Southwest look to it. That's going to be included. I found some napkins that, you know, give that feel also, and so that's going to be included. I have some different little stones and things that look, you know, like New Mexico kind of look, and so on and so forth. So the answer to your question is, when you ask how many pages, it's 30 sheets. Forget about the pages. Just remember it's 30 sheets before you fold it. And then whatever additional material you want to add. And in our group, I have a minimum size, which I forget right now what it is. I'll post it there next to it. I think it's like 5 by 8 or something, 5 by 7. That's the minimum. And this one I think is like 12 by 8. It's pretty big. But that way I don't have to fold up all these big pages. I can put them in their hole, and because I put them all together, it doesn't flatten them. You know, it always stays a little bit round. Even when you put it in the envelope, you know, don't smash it, because then you'll still have that round, which will easily flat, but you won't have that scored kind of crease. So anyway, I hope that answers your questions. And when you make these, make sure that you have a variety of things. Make sure you're not putting in here things that you don't like and you don't want anymore. Remember, you are sharing with your partner your little treasures that you have been collecting. Things that you didn't want to throw away, things you didn't want to use, things that were special to you. Keep that in mind. You know, just don't go to a magazine and tear everything out and give it to them. Make sure that these are something that you would like to receive, not things that you just want to get rid of. A big, big difference. And of course, like with everything in our group, it needs to be at least 50% recycled items in there in one shape or another. And that way, if you don't have new things, that's not a problem. We're a recycle group. We encourage you to recycle. If it's 100% recycled, that's fantastic. And please don't go out and buy anything to put into these Flowish journals. Use what you have. Okay, I hope I have clarified the mistakes that I've made in not being clear, and I'm going to fix up the post in the group to reflect what this video is hopefully clarifying for all of you new members. I know all the oldies already know what I mean, but that doesn't mean everybody is going to understand when my instructions are not very clear. All right, so let's have fun. We're going to have our Flowish swaps at least once a month, and it's something that everyone still looks forward to. So we'll continue to have them as long as there is interest in the swap. And so far, 2 years and counting, and you guys have been very supportive of these kinds of swaps. All right, well, thanks a lot for your patience and your understanding, and I hope this has clarified once and for all how many sheets need to go inside of a Flowish journal.